Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, today we're going to be talking about the upcoming live stream on Friday that does promise quite a lot of information to us. So in today's video I'll be quickly breaking down what we can expect in that live stream, as well as providing kind of like my initial thoughts about it. I will likely be hosting a watch party for this live stream with my live commentary on it. I cannot promise that I'll be doing that about all of the Kabam's live streams, because some of them are quite empty and, well, let's face it, relatively pointless. But if they do promise us a decent amount of information, I am much more likely going to be covering that the best I can. So it's going to be on Friday at 9 a.m. PT, which means like 5 p.m. UK time. So you can expect me to be live for that. Exactly what are we going to see in this live stream? First things first, we're going to take a look at August content with the two newest champions, event and side quest overviews. And, well, we already know the two new champions coming is going to be Monica Rambeau and Vox. Earlier today, I did upload their leaked abilities, and both of them do look quite interesting. As with all of the champions, you know, the devil's in the details, and whether they will actually be any good will pretty much entirely depend on the actual number values and how well they flow together in the game. But as of right now, I see nothing that would make me uninterested in any of them. I'll put it like that. I do see either one of them or both of them potentially being extremely capable champions. And let's face it, in 2023, Kabam has overall been doing, at the very least, very solid and stable job. I don't think we have any of the champions that are like, you know, absolutely bonkers. We haven't had a Herc or something like that. But we definitely haven't had anything that's, you know, completely atrocious. We haven't had a Psycho Man either. And if you take a look at the release, you know, obviously there are some of the champs that are at the top, like Future Ant-Man, Kate, Absorbing Man, a couple others, and then even the weakest champions like Shocker, Vision, or Baron Zemo, or Sandman are still very solid champions. So, definitely look forward to that. We do know that side event is going to be incursion based. I hope Kabam has taken quite a lot of lessons from the previous time, because the first version of this incursions event was the only side event that I didn't do in many years, because it was just way too grindy. And other than that, there are interesting things like permanent hacks yet again, and change to the structure of incursions going forward as well. So it could be good. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm optimistic yet again. I like the fact that they are trying out new things. I just hope they do a better job than they did the first time around with Incursions event, because I pretty much abandoned the previous Incursions event like after week 1. It was just way too much and way too grindy. Now we have narrative roadmap through the end of 2023. That's quite cool also. J-Ax already has made his predictions, but with this, he will likely be able to revise them with much better accuracy, and I will 100% cover whatever he comes up with. So definitely a huge shout out to J-Ax for his accurate predictions based on these narrative roadmaps and everything else that is available. He does a fantastic job at that, and look forward to having a window to see what is coming to the game. Then Legends Celebration event featuring special Brutal DLX Legends Challenge. So shout out to Brutal DLX, the original legend of MCOC. But from the flip side, I don't really care much about these events, because typically they have been like fairly simple. Kabam sends a couple of Cav crystals to you in mail or something. Either way, I don't actually remember any real, you know, meaningful event surrounding Legend Celebrations. I hope Kabam does something that is, you know, positive. I think challenge type of things I'm all up for, so I look forward to it more than I would otherwise. But at the same time, my bar for Legend Celebration event is not the highest on a personal level. Now, Ascension. Now, the fact that it's first look makes me quite worried, because I do think that the later Ascension comes, the less meaningful it is. Ideally, I'd like to see Ascension full details announcement coming, you know, September or something like that. Because if they tell us it's going to be a first look, it likely means that it's probably going to take them like 4 to 6 months. And at that point, we're already going to have 7-star rank 3s. At that point, the rosters are going to be significantly more ahead. And I just don't think Ascension is going to be as impactful, especially if it comes too late. Now, obviously, there will be a lot of champions that are not available as 7 stars, and that is the thing that will give value to Ascension. But at the same time, I think the best example would be if Ascension came, let's say, half a year ago, 5 stars Ascended would still have been useful at the time. If Ascension comes today, Ascended 5 stars will not mean anything to anyone. And, similar thing is kind of with 6 stars. The later the Ascension comes, the less impact it will have. And here, yet again, the devil is going to be in the details, because in order to rank up 6 stars to an extra rank, that will take a likely significant amount of catalysts, for example. And at that point, you will need to wonder, because 7-star ranked ones are going to be effectively as strong as 6-star rank 5s, pretty much. And then if you can take a 7-star to rank 2, which is only one catalyst extra over 6-star rank 5, you already have like significantly stronger champions. But then if you would have to rank up that 6-star again with a similar catalyst cost, then ranking up 6-star to Ascended will probably cost a lot more than taking a 7-star to rank 2. And more than likely, Ascended 6 stars will have a comparable level to 7-star rank 2s. So there will be definitely interesting implications on game economy as well. Obviously, I'm very interested in Ascension. And I hope it comes sooner rather than later. Because the later it comes, the less meaningful it will be. But I'm also very, very worried about how Kabam's handling it. That said, a return of a fun favorite side quest in October. Well, maybe Gwenpool Goes to the Movies or Mutant Treasure Island. I think those are the fun favorites, so want to see what's that about. First details about new niche approaches for 7-star acquisition. Obviously, this will be extremely meaningful too, because 7 stars are the future of the game. Very interesting to hear what Kabam means as niche approaches. If I have to make a guess, it likely means some monetization. Probably. I don't know. But still want to hear about niche approaches for 7-star acquisition. Why not? Reward updates, timelines, and this is the thing that really kind of pissed me off. Because they already talked about reward updates in the previous stream, albeit shortly. But one of the specific things that they said, and this is the type of thing that gives me trust issues. One of the specific lines that somebody there said, be that Kabam Jax or be that one of the devs, some of these reward updates are going to arrive sooner than you think. And they said that almost 4 weeks ago. When somebody says sooner than I think, in context of MCOC update and stuff and information, I'd expect it to be within a week or 2 weeks, perhaps. Nearly 4 weeks distance from the previous Kabam livestream, where they said some of these reward updates will be sooner than we think, and we have had exactly 0 updates this entire month. And the situation is urgent in the game. Like, nobody's happy with game economy. Every single store, every single aspect of this game is completely outdated, aside from like Battleground store. Like, there's one meaningful store, Battleground store. Everything else is out. And in this stream, they're gonna give us timelines yet again. It just frustrates me. This is the exact type of thing that makes me not believe what they say. Disregard, pretty much anything that's not kind of like concrete. And whenever they talk about these things, it takes away value and meaning from their words. Because if they told me that rewards updates are going to be coming across the next couple of months, and some of these are coming sooner than you think, I think it's well within reasonable expectation, to have expected for some of those rewards updates to happen this month, and nothing happened. At a time when, the game's going completely tits up and everything in the game is outdated and requires desperate and urgent look from Kabam. Second month in a row, they're going to be talking about timelines on it. Just not good enough. It just isn't. I'm sorry, it is not. They cannot, have these massive July sales and then give us some rewards update timelines in, August or something. So God knows when these things will actually go live. So very pissed off about this. Because this again should be rewards update details in August or something like that. New AQ system, new details. Yeah, sure. AQ again. It only matters if the rewards are updated, so, and if the rewards are good enough. At the moment, like, New Nation is just doing like map 5 and half the time not even finishing the map because like nobody cares about AQ at the moment. But hopefully it's cool. Again, it matters only as long as rewards get updated and updated well. So let's see what happens with that. New monthly Paragon content. Now, this is something that I'm definitely interested in because we need that. Solo content is in a very bad state in the game. Alliance War has been off for like 8 weeks at this point, or 7 weeks at this point. AQ is completely meaningless. Only thing that really matters in the game at the moment, I'd say, is arenas, kind of, and battlegrounds. And battlegrounds is an off season, so we desperately need more end level stuff to do. And before I get comments from CAB players who are going to tell me that they need more content as well, I'm going to politely tell you to shut the fuck up, sit your ass down. You have shit ton of content to do. Go do Storycast. No disrespect, but if you're a Cavalier player, you still have crap ton of things to do in this game. Go do them. If you are a Paragon player, then you're probably out of content, or at the very least, meaningful content. So, here we are. We'll also be giving away 7-star selector, more info during the stream, and 3 triple passes for Summoner Double Track. I never really cared about this, but 7-star selector is a good reward. It's just that, you never expect to win it really. Additionally, we're tinkering with how we plan to follow up after live streams. We're trying to find a way to strike balance between providing access to the information and making sure we aren't creating a wild amount of extra work for our community team. We can likely expect a written post with high-level details. You'll certainly find the most detailed information in the live streams. Fair enough. So I do look forward to a lot of updates here, but I don't think that I will be speaking only on my own behalf when I'm going to tell that players are very, very frustrated. And posts like this, as informative as they are, really do not convey any level of understanding or urgency on Kabam's part. Game economy is in absolute shambles after Kabam's July 4th stunt. There are many, many things going wrong. And like here, Kabam is not, there's not a single thing acknowledging the problems, discussing compensations, explaining what has gone wrong, what has gone wrong. They just ignore all of that. And this is the type of thing that presents Kabam as extremely unsympathetic towards players, and therefore players think of Kabam as unlikable, as uncaring, because they don't talk about any of this stuff. And after a month that we have had, this is like one of the worst months in MCOC recent history, with the amount of crap that has broken down. On top of that, we have the game economy issue. Nothing else. And there's just none of it. Let's just all pretend that everything's beautiful, dance in the field, be happy, enjoy the sunshine type of thing. That's not the truth. It's very nice and well try and hype up everything that's about to happen, but it doesn't work if you don't acknowledge the things that didn't happen and the things that are the real problems for the players. And I just think Kebab's coming from a very disingenuous, perspective here. We know we fucked you all over, and we know that there are all these problems, but let's just, talk about only the good things, only the pretty things. No accountability, no acknowledgement of any of that stuff. And therefore, it is very easy to feel frustrated even when Kabam, reveals some exciting or positive news, because you view it all with skepticism. Like new IQ system, like, again, nobody cares if the rewards are not good enough and if we do not have the glory store update and everything else. And on top of it, when Kabam's going to be talking about new IQ system, given how poorly the AW system is going, everybody is just going to be thinking about what is going to be wrong or how many bugs or how long IQ is going to be off and bugged because of it, rather than actually get excited for it. And you could say it's a pessimistic way to look at the world, but I would argue that what has been happening, I'd argue that's Kabam's track record, and it's up to Kabam to alleviate these worries from us. I'd argue it is not pessimistic to, take their measurement of their current performance and expect similar level of performance and similar level of issues going forward until Kabam actually proves that they have improved. But there's no sign of that. So, let me know what you guys think about all of these points, and I will catch you guys soon. Bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information